Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Tuesday, January the 28th. The year is 2020. Let's talk trading. Self-confidence. You need self-confidence when you trade. In fact, you need self-confidence in life. You have to be confident in your decisions and in your actions. And if you think about it, you're putting your money at risk, your hard-earned money. Whether it's a few $100s, a few thousand, tens of thousands, or more. That's your money. You're putting it at risk. When you do that, you really need to have the confidence that your action is going to pay off sometime in the future. Sometimes it's the near future. Sometimes it might take years or decades, like, Warren Buffett. And part of having self-confidence, comes from having successes. You start out with a small success and it grows. But the other thing is about confidence is it needs to be real confidence. It needs to be strong. It needs to be resilient. In other words, you need to be able to take a hit, take a punch. If you step into the ring and you're boxing or some other art form of fighting, you get hit, you can't let that shake your confidence. You have to carry on. So it's the same way with trading. You go along, excuse me, and you're trading, and then all of a sudden something happens and you take a hit. Ouch. Well, you can't let that shake your confidence. You just have to realize that's part of the game. It's like getting, knocked down in boxing. It's part of the game. You have to get back up, and get back in there. If you're riding a horse and you fall off, you got to get back up on that horse. Or you're riding a bike, you got to get back on that bike. Or you're a race car driver and you crash, you got to get back in that seat and get back out on that course again. You can't let a minor setback shake your confidence. You can't let any setback shake your confidence, because if you do, you're almost as good as done. And that's why it's really important to have your stop loss in place. So in case when you're trading, the market goes against you, you don't lose any more than you're willing to lose. So you can stay in the game. And then when your next trading opportunity comes by, you have the confidence to click that mouse, enter that trade, because the worst thing that should happen is that maybe you just lose that amount you're willing to lose. That's it. Now remember, boys and girls, fellow traders, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. And you have to remember that trading is very risky and you can lose all your money. So if you're seeking financial advice, trading advice, investing advice, make sure you get your advice from an accredited financial professional. One of those people that has a certificate on the wall that's framed and, behind glass. So that they're accredited. So when you lose your money after you take their advice or give it to them to manage, you got your advice from an accredited financial professional rather than somebody who with a funny name that puts out YouTube videos, or you read blogs on the internet, or you see stuff in your email inbox. Okay, disclaimers out of the way. Looking here at the weekly chart, you see here on the dashboard, there's still opportunities to make profit off of the gap fill. Lots of opportunities. It's Tuesday, so you still have the rest of the day. You got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, as you can see, we've got a dollar yen that's 41 pips off of the weekly low. You see here it's trying to get into the lower wick zone of the previous week's candle and trying to close that gap here right around the 28 mark. So let's see if dollar yen can do that. We were looking at the euro dollar, but you see that gap is filled, and the new beast, that gap is filled. And speaking of the new beast, you can see here it's 77 pips off the yearly high, 214 pips off of the open. You see we had a slight breakout of yesterday's high, but it's reversed out of that wick zone. So once again, showing how you can use wick zones as your price action indicator. Looking at dollar yen, you see we are now 41 pips above the yearly open. And just so for the euro trader, we've got another red day. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row so far. You can see it went up to the previous day's midpoint and looks like it reversed off of that, failed to cross above. So if you're a buzzard reversal trader, look for the euro to come back the other way. Now, yesterday we have the range here on the first day of the week, and here's the first day of the month. Price today dipped in here into the opening range of the month and then shot right back out, and right now it's 27 pips above. So it also crossed the weekly open right there, 25 pips above. And we're right here at the high of yesterday, the opening day of the week right there. So there's some nice price action happening here based on these highs, opens, and lows. Also looking at the weekly chart here on dollar yen yesterday and the day before, or actually, I'm sorry, today and yesterday, you can see it's just been oscillating here. We've got a whopping, 45 pips of range. On the monthly, 263, average 302. We still haven't put in any new range there, and probably won't. Now we're getting ready to enter the inside bar of 6 weeks ago. Let's see, on the pound New Zealand, the new beast, you see we're outside of all the inside bars. On the euro, the monthly, we're inside the monthly. Let's just show that. Now, let's see, euro, that monthly inside bar. Right here, there's the low, there's the high. We are inside it. Noticed how it exited that daily inside bar, and it exited the weekly inside bar to the south. Range, only 3 pairs over 100, one of them being the new beast, pound New Zealand. And you can see here once again the break of yesterday's high by 1 pip so far. We just put in an H1 highest open this hour, new hour, 9 o'clock hour here on the West Coast, 12 o'clock hour on the East Coast. And you can see here, we took out the pivot. We still have a missed pivot here at 109.36. Looking at the rat zone on the new beast, you can see here we just exited. So I don't know if we have any rat zone traders trading the new beast. Looking at dollar yen, we've got separation. And right now it's time for the red rats to eat. As far as the euro goes, not enough separation. You know, this is really, really strange to see the euro with such a low range. I mean, 10 years ago or more, it was 100 pips almost every day. I think the pound dollar was around 150. Weekly pivot, 109.55. That's a target. We'll see. Still have 3 days to get there. Let's see what happens. Showing the daily pivot again on dollar yen. There's that missed pivot from yesterday at the 36 mark. Okay, let's see here. The beast is taking out pivots. We do have one missed pivot from this year at the 197.46 mark right here. And for the euro dollar, we have a missed pivot from 2 days ago. And as I've been stating, you see here price opened between the 90 and the 80, and price just can't seem to stay between there. And so right now price is between the 10 and the 20, and I would say chances are it is going to either exit to the north or exit to the south, but it's not going to stay between 10 and 20 for long. On the wick zone, you see we just popped out of that upper wick zone. Actually, there really wasn't much of a wick zone. It looks like there was pretty much an overlap. And right here, nice horizontal line trades across yesterday's open. As far as the Einstein line goes, you can see here, not much movement, or you might be lucky to grab yourself a pip. As far as the ticks, you can see here, maybe we've got about a 2 or 3 pip range over the last few ticks. It's just price just isn't moving that fast, or that far, I should say. Looking at the ATR chart here, we've hit the halfway point on both the min and max ATR for the day. The min was 13, the max was 4. We're approaching that ATR range here at 109 call it 0.25. Getting close to half the weekly ATR at 0.28. Looking at the pound dollar here, higher high on the day, higher high on the week. As far as the yen goes, dollar yen, higher high on the day, lower low on the week. Higher high, lower low on the month. And for the euro, lower low on the day, lower low on the week, lower low on the month. That's telling you something. I mean, of course, you can use your eyes to see these things, but it's kind of easier having it on the dashboard. That way, if these are the types of trades you're looking for, it's really easy to see. And I think I wanted to switch back here. Oh, the euro. No, I guess that one doesn't switch them all. Okay, right here, price action taking out highs and lows. You can see here for the last 2, 3 hours, 5 hours. Obviously, we took out some highs right there. So we've got the past 2-hour highs and lows for price to take out. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, boys and girls, fellow traders, that's it for today. Confidence. Just remember, you have to be confident in yourself, in your trading decisions. Don't worry about other people's trading plans, what they're doing, and how much they're making, how they're trading, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. Go out there and drain the banks.